5, you would have said, Jim Rohn's a hard worker. If you'd have known me, you'd have said that. I'm the guy, I don't mind coming a little bit early, staying a little bit late. I don't mind that. You'd have said, well, Jim Rohn's a hard worker. You say, well, how come he's got pennies in his pocket and nothing in the bank and behind on his promises? Well, I was a hard worker, but I was working hard on my job, not on myself. I'm telling you, if you'll learn that simple little principle and start the process today, latest tomorrow, I'll give you tonight to think of it. And start this whole process of personal development, work on yourself, make yourself more valuable to the marketplace. I'm telling you, you can so dynamically change your income, and economics is the least of the values that you can start earning in terms of equity. If you'll start working harder on yourself than you do on your job. Work hard on the skills. Work hard on yourself and develop the graces. All of the stuff necessary to become more valuable to the marketplace. I'm telling you, your whole life can explode into change. Promotions, no problem. Becoming more valuable to the company, I'm telling you, no problem. Money, no problem. Economics, no problem. Future, no problem. You just go to work on the right thing. Not get things out there to change. Don't try to change the seed. Don't change the soil. Don't change the sunshine. Don't change the rain. Don't change the mix of seasons. Let the miracle of everything that's available work for you. And start working on the inside. Work on your philosophy. Work on your attitude. Work on your personality. Work on your language. Work on the gift of communication. Work on all of your abilities. And if you'll start making those personal changes, I'm telling you, everything will change for you. To Mr. Shope, over a 5-year period before he died at age 49, who taught me some extraordinarily simple things. He only went to the 9th grade in school, never finished high school, never went to college, never went to university. So he put his ideas and his experiences in very simple language, which I think for me, you know, a kid from the farms of Idaho, that simplicity was so important. Because if it would have been technical, I'd have missed it. If it would have been mystic, I would have, backed away. But it was just basic, blunt, ABC, familiar stuff that I hadn't thought of before. And he did start to remind me, and those ideas changed me. Mr. Shope was the one when I said, no, this is all they pay. He said, you've been working 6 years, Mr. Rohn. How come you're not doing better? And I said, this is all the company pays. He said, well, that's not true. I said, no, this is my paycheck. This is all the company pays. He said, no, this is all the company pays you. I thought, that's a new way to look at it, right? He said, doesn't the company pay 2, 3, 4, 5 times this amount to other people? I said, well, yes. He said, well, then this is not all the company pays. It's all they pay you. And if you qualified, wouldn't your income grow 2, 3, 4, 5 times? I said, I suppose. So he said, we don't have to work on the company. We have to work on you. See, that was the beginning of what he called the phrase personal development. I told him things cost too much. He said, no, you can't afford them. I thought, well, that's a new concept. I hadn't thought about it. We put some of the valuable things on the high shelf, so you can't get to them until you qualify. If you want the things on the higher shelf, you got to stand on the books you read. Every book you read, you get to stand a little higher so you can get the things on the higher shelf. See, I learned those concepts. It's so incredible. And here was the most important one. Success is something you attract by the person you become. See, that phrase changed my life. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Success is not something you pursue. It's like chasing a butterfly. You can't quite catch it. Success is something you attract by becoming an attractive person. See, those were new concepts to me. I'm just working hard trying to make a living. Here's what he said to me. This changed my life. I got a chance to teach this in Moscow and across Russia. 3 visits, now the 4th. Here's what Shope taught me. Profits are better than wages. Nobody taught me that in high school. Nobody taught me that. I went to 1 year of college. Nobody taught me. Profits are better than wages. Wages make you a living. Profits make you a fortune. And how could you work on both a living and a fortune? He said, well, you could start part-time working on your fortune while you're working full-time when you're living. I thought, how? Now he said it's fun to get up in the morning,
I'll get on the call.
go to work to pay the rent,
I give me a little snickerdoodle.
but to get up to go to work to make a fortune. First, to make a living for my family. Second, to make a fortune. And he taught me how to make both a living and a fortune. Guess what I did? I learned how to make both a living and a fortune. I found out anybody could do it once they get the information. And at age 25, I started receiving this extraordinary information. Here's what he said. Your income is directly related to your philosophy, not to the economy. I thought no one ever told me. I kept hoping the economy would change. He said, no, your philosophy has to change. I assured him that I had my fingers crossed. He said, that won't help.
It's not best in the family. It's best in the philosophy.
By 3 by 5 by 10. And then
You can
multiply.
based on your
I do.
best in philosophy.
Disciplines in the process of learning the skills to change my life. This was an extraordinary man. Those were extraordinary times for me. Life changing in every manner that you can imagine. But very simple ABC concepts. Here's what I learned. Not to search for the exotic until you've discovered the basic. And those basic philosophies that he shared with me during that time were life-changing. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Success is not something you pursue, chase, run after. Something you develop, something you become. You attract success. So the whole key to all the treasures, whether it's economic treasures or spiritual treasures, financial, social, personal, every way you can possibly think of, is by your own personal development. And then he added one more, which is so important, and it's probably worth the price of the seminar. Here it is. What you become is much more valuable than what you get. What you become, much more valuable than what you get. The major question to ask on the job is not what am I getting here? The major question to ask on the job is what am I becoming here? Not what am I getting, what am I becoming? So it's very important what you become. Because
CJ.
So you, brother, take it away.
What up, guys? What up, guys? Thankful for everyone on the call. Shane just texted me about a burger. Um, I appreciate CJ hosting these calls. I know I haven't been on every call so far, but I'm trying to get it down to where we could have a systematic approach to this, okay, guys. I'm even looking at bringing in someone who speaks Spanish for some of you guys to make it easy if you guys want to have some friends involved that speak Spanish and stuff. We're working, okay. But what did bro say? Bro just said that your income isn't based on the economy, it's based on your philosophy, okay. And I just want to share a story real quick with you guys about Jaime, one of my students that I'm very proud to have been honored to come across him, for him to be following me for years, to see me transition. And he knows it's a mindset thing because he's seen where I was at. I was just a year and a half ago digging in literal trenches. Like my friend just told me earlier, he came over and he was like, "We love your story, bro, because you came from the trenches, literally digging, and now you're here." Okay. So it's just a mindset, guys. Like you gotta believe it, and then it's gonna happen. My brother Shane had got on mine in CJ's cases, right? CJ didn't need anyone to tell him to take a bigger lot. CJ the last 90 days has just been hearing Joe tell him, hey, decrease that. We're risk management. We're protecting the capital, baby lots. You feel me? You don't need a lot to do a lot with gold because obviously our strategy gives out hella pips, right? It gives out big moves. So there's no scarcity of opportunity when you take our strategy and you start trading the way that we are. But I had just been putting a little bit of fear into my brother CJ's mind while he's developing a strategy because he needed to be able to realize that you can build an account off a realistic amount of money. Not everyone has $100 to $1,000 to risk per trade per day. You know what I mean? At least when you're starting out, you're not going to have this type of income. If you come across it, you might not feel confident to pull the trigger on it that moment. Okay, and that's the reason. That's the reason why It even took me a while because it didn't even matter about the capital. It was just a little bit of the fear. But this is why I choose to have certain people around me because of what it does. Okay, it rubs off. Shane's a successful young entrepreneur, and I could care less about anything that he's done or whatever. The fact is that he's 21. He just turned 21, and he's out here working. Okay, he's grinding. I've seen him work. I've seen him close people. I've seen him take some massive trades. You know what I mean? So having him around me just builds up that confidence, right? It's like if Shane could do it, I could do it. I could trade these big lots. I could do this and that, right? So, the other night I caught a big Bitcoin move at the bottom, and like I heard Shane in my head. I heard the voice of confidence in my head because I was down 400 and drawdown, and I was like, "Fuck it, throw another 500 in there." You know what I mean? But because it was circumstantial, it's crypto. It was the bottom. It reversed. I wouldn't do that on any given night. It's just like, yo, I've been through enough pullbacks in crypto that my confidence is there, my experience is there. This is over 5 years in the making now that I've been watching Bitcoin, that I always felt like, fuck, I missed that opportunity. And even some of you guys are just now feeling that, or like one of my brothers, he couldn't access his trade locker account this morning, and so therefore he couldn't modify his trade and get another position in, even though he saw on trading view what was happening. Okay, he knew it was buying up, he knew it was some crazy momentum shooting up, and he wanted to get in. Trade locker was down coincidentally, and he wasn't able to capitalize on that. Whatever the reason is, fear, maintenance, whatever, not having capital, whatever it is, all you need to do is experience it, because now you guys know when this happens again the next time how you guys could take advantage of it. Okay, and the story that I wanted to share about my brother Jaime, I know I got a little sidetracked, but the thing is, my brother Jaime, right? He was taking the bus when he found me, okay? And the frequency, the mindset, everything that's going on. I sold my Grand Marquis for 1,200. I threw it in Bitcoin last year. It just so happens, my brother, there was a Grand Marquis on Facebook Marketplace for 4,000, and for whatever reason, they couldn't get it sold. And this fool told them, "Hey, all I have is 1,200 bucks," and they sold it to him. And now that fool's able to get to A and B and go everywhere he wants to go. And he'll tell you himself, right? That it was just ever since he started fucking with me, things just been going his way. Now, I don't know what you guys believe, but all I know is ever since, I've been around certain people and they put certain things in my mind. They said this, they said that. I just started believing in it, and it just started coming to fruition. So you got to believe something, because whatever you believe, if you believe you're not good enough, if you believe you can't do it, your subconscious is actively telling yourself that all day, and your actions are going to reflect it. Okay, so you got to change that. You got to understand that everyone right here in this group, regardless if we add them in there, they're sauced up, they're doing something that I respect and CJ respects, and you got to want to get like each other. You don't need to compete with no one, okay? Because on this journey in your life, you're going to surpass people, and it's never about that. I didn't get where I'm at worrying about the next dude and trying to compete with motherfuckers. All I got to do is do good by them, and God's going to take care of me. I do good by everyone else because God provides for me. I don't care what they could do for me. If you do it that way, that's a little tit for tat game that you're playing, and it's going to block a lot of blessings. I've seen it happen countless times, okay? So I just want you guys to believe. I want you guys, your frequency to stay up. I want you to be happy with us, and appreciate CJ what he's doing. I'm super ecstatic for CJ right now, right? Because he's being able to duplicate into his own students, right? At a massive rate, at a successful rate, right? This is where success is bred in this industry, right? Is when you could duplicate, you could bring in that multiplication. So I want to say I'm very proud of CJ for just locking in, and everything he's about to show you tonight. Like, you know what I mean? I definitely went over with him, let's say 6 months ago, 7 months ago. And back then, I was just hoping my brother would see it because he had his own strategy. Shout out to Sean Agatosin or whatever his name is, right? We're here because of the industry and because of the people who led the way. So I don't care to bash no one. I just want to say, like, I'm very proud of CJ for just locking in on this concept and idea that I had, that now he's out here catching 100 to 250 pips plus, and you know what I mean, he's sharing the info with his friends. So I appreciate you, CJ, for hosting the calls, and go ahead and show him what you got, bro. I really appreciate you.
Damn, man.
That's what I got for you.
Peace, my brother, my brother, my brother. Let's get it, bro. Hey, man, I appreciate Joe for even getting on the call. He texted me. He's like, "Yo, let me open." I said, "Let's do it." I know he hasn't been on the last couple of Sunday calls. He's just been really busy, obviously running his businesses. Um, am I still good? Can y'all hear me? Y'all good?
We can see you. We can hear you.
All right, cool. I'm just double checking. Like I have my phone too, so I can see if it's lagging, and it looked like it was lagging. All right. Other than that, man, this call is being recorded. You already know me, Suave Flex, your boy. We woke up today, so we're blessed, we're grateful, we're highly favored, and we're motivated. And there's one thing that Joe's said, and it stood out to me, and that's exactly how I was gonna start the call. If he didn't say, "Hey, yo, let me start the call," it's your income is not based on the economy. It's literally based on your philosophy. Whatever you think every day about is what's going to happen. If you fucking go to work sad, miserable, upset, hate everything, hate everybody around you, you're going to live like that. And that's the results that you're going to have every day, whether it's in the markets or whether it's in real life. The results are just going to be bad if you just feel like that every day. Y'all can hear my daughter crying, obviously, in the bags, if y'all can. But if not, anyways. But, get into it. It really comes down to what are you doing every single day? How consistent are you? Whether it's in trading, whether it's working out, whether it's at your job, being grateful for all that. Okay. Because I'm grateful. I'm grateful for Joe. I'm grateful for KD. I'm grateful for Darwin, Wealthy Pips. I'm grateful for all these people, all these individuals, because seeing them, without seeing them make it, like I wouldn't have believed anything because I seen them make it. I seen Darwin get the Lambo and everything happen, and it's possible. All right, but enough of that, man. I'm gonna get straight into this Outlook call because we do only got 40 minutes. I started this call exactly at like 9:59 or 8:59. I'm sorry, so it will shut out at it will close out at nine. Well, what is it? 9:39. All right, y'all. So 9:39 will definitely be done with this call. All right, y'all. So, anyways, let's get straight to it. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna go straight into the trades, man, because that's exactly what we are here for. I know that's what we're here for, y'all. Because I mean, what else would we be here for? It's Splash Bros, baby. Um, and we're getting really, really deep into it. I had this actually marked up since Saturday. Okay. And it's funny because I told my girl, I said, "Hey, I want you to mark support resistance. So I want to see if you see what I see." And she did. She seen, these lowers over here. So you could see if you look left to the right, okay, what did gold do? Gold came straight down and touched this last area that it touched. And I knew that was going to happen. It was just bound to happen. It was bound to happen more than for the fact that gold it loves to repeat itself. It loves to do what it needs to do and it did exactly what we needed it to do. And it came down, it shot down. We caught a lot of pips. We were grateful. If we're going off the key levels, exactly what Joe said, following the strategy, it just stayed below the key levels, 2,900, stayed below, didn't even test it, just stayed below. Boom, shot down. You automatically knew that after it like tanked under 2875, we were in sell mode after that. I mean, we've been in sell mode after 29.25. Look how much times it was retesting all that time. What Sunday? I think it was Sunday this happened. Yeah, Monday the 24th. Literally. After that, it just went boop 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 and it just started tanking. And what I noticed around that London time session, so we'll say I guess around this time, because this you could say is like a pre-London session. Um, and with this pre-London session, you're getting to see what's happening, obviously, around the world, what's happening across the world. If we go into this, let's see, we go into Sunday, March 2nd, right here. Nothing too crazy this week other than NFP week, okay? NFP week is going to be something that obviously I wouldn't recommend trading. I don't even like trading Fridays, honestly. But we still trade them in the morning. You could see some New York. Look, this is happening at 6:30 a.m. Usually I'm up at 5 and we're catching trades, okay? 5 a.m. All right. So that's what we're looking for. ISM manufacturer. So you got one couple red yeah, you got some red folders right here. So the main one is obviously going to be Wednesday, ADP non-farm role employment change, okay? And then you have Thursday unemployment claims, all this crazy stuff right here. And then you have Friday, okay? So we're not like super focused on the news, but we obviously want to be careful if you're trading New York session. That's something that I know Joe likes to trade, and that's what we're probably going to be on every morning, New York session. So if you're trading New York, you always got to be careful with those kind of folders because sometimes they can happen at 5 a.m. Okay, sometimes they get up at 6:30, and you might be in a trade, and boom, okay, you lose your money or hit stop loss. Okay, and always trade with a stop loss. I know Joe mentioned proper risk management about me. That goes for everybody because it's not just me, and everybody likes to trade like that. Okay, because once you see that money and you know that you can make it, it's like, how much more can I do in a day? How much more can I make? But it really comes down to discipline. How disciplined, how much money can you keep and not lose and not give back to the brokers and not give back to the banks? Okay. This is how we're going to win. This is how we're going to be successful if we're disciplined, if we're using proper risk management. And if you don't know any of that, then we definitely got to talk. That's something that you really, really need to focus on, because once you do that, I promise you, I'm from the experience, we will you'll win. You'll win. Trust me. Okay. It's better than compound, it's better to compound the account than to lose the account in like 1 or 2 days. Cause then you're just sitting there like, fuck, I gotta deposit again. All right. And you don't want to keep depositing your money. That just you just keep giving your money away. Okay. So if we really, really get into it, okay, I'm looking for some, again, if we go back to the key levels, it stayed below 28.75. We could see right now it tested, and after that, it just what started shooting down. So we could see another retest to the 28.50, which I would love to see. So I'm gonna send this out because this is my original. Okay, this is my original markup, and I want to have it. This was my Saturday markup. I even showed. I was telling Joe, I was like, "Hey, look, guy." I was like, "Yo, my guy, I think this is what's gonna happen." I was like, should I post it? And he said, nah, let's just wait. So we waited. Sunday. Look at this pre-London session. This is what we're looking for. This is what we want to see, especially after what happened with Bitcoin and all this crazy stuff. Like, I mean, I want gold to go up. Banks are predicting that gold needs to go up, and we might see another retest. Okay, that's why we're making market predictions. Excuse me. That's exactly why we're making market predictions. Okay, we're analyzing the market. We're seeing, okay, what did it do last week? Okay, we know we were in sell mode all last week. We know gold could sell off and do exactly whatever the hell it wants. Okay, and here, let me see. I already sent that out. Perfect. I need a. Yeah, there we go. I was like, where's that eraser thing? Bah, 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 bah.
Need to change your box colors, your golden zones. Gotta make them golden.
Golden, huh? All black. They're all black, huh?
Hey guys, and it went down to that last box, right? And like he said, he knew it was gonna go there. Show them to the left
Yep. Looking
where
to the
you said
left.
you knew where it was gonna go is because that was liquidity, right? It went there and then it was really quick and it reversed out of there. But there was liquidity there, so there's a magnet to that zone. That's a golden zone that is just pulling the market to, okay? So like I don't know where he had his TPs, but I'm pretty sure TP3, TP2 would have been around that zone when he was trading.
Oh, for sure.
Now, the only reason why I told him Saturday to not share it with you guys is because when we're right here on a Sunday, the best days to trade gold is going to be from Tuesday, New York session, to Friday morning. You want to stop at 9 o'clock. You don't want to get caught with reversals. That tends to happen on Friday towards the 9 a.m. time frame. This is just based off of a couple years now of watching the market. The best characteristics that follow our strategy and follow the plan that we're trying to capitalize on are going to happen Tuesday to Friday morning, okay? And not Friday afternoon and not Monday or Sunday open. It's very random. I would have been in sales, let's say Friday, if I held it till this Sunday open and it fucking shot up so high that fucking 100 or something pips ain't even calculated on the fucking candle. It's just automatically at the fucking next quarter level. So what we want to see is Sunday and Monday play out and form some type of new pattern, new graph, so that way we know what to do come Tuesday 5 a.m. Okay, it could keep going up, it could form structure on top of that 875 level, and then we know we're justified for buys. I'm not trying to get into buys right now and have the whole move. All I want to see is what move is it going to create, and then once I know where the trend is actually going to go, I'll be able to. We will all be able to take advantage of the move. Can you start catching it right there at Sunday and it goes and plays out the same way CJ said it was and blah blah blah? Yes, you can, but there's no reason to try to predict it when the market's gonna literally show us, and the money we're gonna make all week is gonna be from people trying to predict the market and gamble and just being idiots. So once we just deal with it like bosses and just take it serious, you know what I mean? And let it show us what's gonna happen. We don't have to worry. We're gonna know what to do on it. So even though CJ's right, I mean, it just lets us know when we're looking for buys off of that 75 zone. It could be Tuesday morning where it retests that zone, not when it first shoots through it. It could fucking shoot through it to 890 and then it retests and drops all day, and then NY session opens and it's right there in our buy zone. And then it makes the real move. Okay. We're just trying to catch a little part of it. Go ahead, CJ.
Exactly.
I just had
Yeah.
to share
So
share that
exactly
with
what
them.
Joe was saying. It could, dude. It's gold. This shit, like if you try to catch it now, it could wipe you. It could take your money. People like to gamble, and that's something that we just really got to focus on. There's going to be three different markups that are about to be sent out right now. Again, it's all about the key levels. We're watching those. That's all we're literally doing. Once you see it, and if you see a retest, and if you can notice a retest, obviously how I marked it up on that first buy right here. So if we go to this one, it's gonna shoot up, retest, make sure it wants to stay up here at that 28.75, and then obviously continue up. That's what we want to see, potential. Okay. But again, we could keep seeing sells. We could see it go to 2600. I think I had one of my students call out a gap. There was a gap right here, 2600. Let's see. I don't think I see it. 2600. No, I don't see the gap. Maybe on the daily chart.
I could see a little imbalance when you go higher because there's previous structure to the left underneath it.
Right here.
Let me see. Go up. How high is it?
This is the daily chart. Right
Where's
here.
26? Where's 2600? Your screen's kind of small for me.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh, okay, yeah, make it down. But like,
2600.
look, go to the bottom right there. You know what I mean? There's a right there in the middle. There's a gap. You feel me? Where there's no a little bit more in the middle. Lower,
Right here.
lower, no, lower. Let me see. Damn, did you go to a smaller hour
No,
candle?
no,
Right
this
there.
is
Oh, I wish I could be on your screen to hold it. Right there. You were
here.
just there. Right there. Yeah. It's kind of like where Bitcoin just took off from too. It had a candle very similar where it just goes on to the next big candle. You feel me?
Mm. All right. Look. What does it say? Here, I'm gonna stop sharing.
But what you want to realize is too is that the whole crypto market is pumping right now. So when crypto's pumping, a lot of money flows there, and that could cause gold to sell off and take profits on all the buys it's been doing. Gold could sell off for this month. It could be a whole bearish month, and then it could recover to the 3,000. At the same way, gold crypto just recouped a lot of its long positions and just made a whole bag, fucking billions liquidated in a day. Gold's about to liquidate and invalidate a lot of day traders who think they know what's going on with gold, and it's about to exercise that money on a greater scale, like a whole month probably. We could see a downtrend, and like how it did to the left when it was just dropping,
Here, go
and
ahead,
then it
share
could
your
buy
screen.
up.
You should be able to share your screen if you want. If you want to share your mobile screen.
I don't I don't know how. It's all good. I just wanted to let them know that about, you know what I mean, with gold, because with crypto pumping, they got a lot of shit happening. They say altcoins run off in March. They say this is when the real bull run starts in March, and it's already looking good the first few days in.
March Madness.
March Madness.
March Madness. That's what the name of this call is going to be. March Madness Outlook call, baby. March Madness. Nah.
See if
But
anyone has any questions for you.
I was checking the chat. No, I don't know. Does anybody have any questions? CJ Hernandez, you got questions? Nah, I'm just kidding. That's my other phone. That's crazy.